You ever look back at a relationship, a friendship, a business partner, maybe even a lover, and think, how did I not see it sooner? The way they drained you, the way they manipulated you, the way they chipped away at your peace little by little until you were just a shadow of who you used to be. I've been there, too many times. I once trusted a businessman, someone who said all the right things, told me we were building something great together. And then, right when I was at my most vulnerable, he took everything, my money, my connections, my time, and left me with nothing but regret. I've also seen it in relationships. Someone I once loved, someone I thought was on my side, but every word, every action was designed to keep me small, keep me dependent, keep me questioning my worth. See, the worst kinds of people don't announce themselves. They don't come with red flags waving. No, they come disguised as friends, lovers, family, or even mentors. They study you. They learn your weaknesses. And before you even realize it, they've built a home inside your mind. But here's what I've learned. The Stoics knew the truth long before us. They taught that evil isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, patient, strategic. And if you're not careful, if you don't learn to spot the signs, you'll spend years trapped in someone else's web, thinking it's love, thinking it's loyalty, thinking it's just bad luck. So today, I'm going to show you the 7 crucial signs that someone in your life is a demon in disguise. By the time we're done, you'll never doubt your instincts again. 1. They erode your peace slowly. Peace isn't just the absence of conflict. It's the quiet strength that keeps you centered, the stillness that allows you to think clearly, to move with purpose, to stand firm in a chaotic world. But peace is fragile. It doesn't always shatter in an instant. It fades, crumbles, erodes, piece by piece, often before you even realize it's slipping away. And the people who steal it don't always come with open hostility. No, they come disguised, weaving doubt, planting fear, and slowly making you question everything you once knew. It can start so innocently. A friend you've known for years, someone you trust, someone who's always been there. They don't outright attack your dreams or your confidence, but they never truly support them either. They mask their skepticism as a concern, their negativity as wisdom. They say things like, "Are you sure that's the right move?" Or "I don't know if that's a good idea. Maybe you should wait." Or the worst one, "I mean, I support you, but doesn't that sound risky?" At first, it seems harmless, even well-intentioned. But over time, those words seep in. You start second-guessing yourself. You hesitate where you once acted boldly. You stop trusting your instincts because someone else's doubts have become louder than your own inner voice. And that's exactly how they win, not by force, but by erosion. A Stoic understands that external opinions hold no power unless we allow them in. Epictetus warned, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Yet, how many of us unknowingly let these small, insidious comments dictate our choices, making us question paths we once walked with certainty? If someone's voice consistently breeds doubt in your heart, they have too much influence over you. And if you're not careful, their uncertainty will become your own. But it's not just friends. Sometimes the erosion is even closer. It happens in relationships, in marriages, in the quiet moments where love should feel like a refuge, but instead feels like a slow unraveling. Picture this. You come home excited, eager to share something, an idea, a personal victory, a dream you've been nurturing. You expect encouragement, support, and maybe even celebration. You're met with indifference. A sigh, a glance at their phone, a half-hearted, "That's nice." Or worse, a subtle dismissal, a passive-aggressive remark that drains the joy right out of you. "It's not that big of a deal. I guess that's cool, but it won't last. I just don't see why you're making such a big thing out of this." And just like that, what was once a spark of excitement becomes a flicker of doubt. You start wondering if your achievements even matter. If maybe, just maybe, you've been overestimating yourself all along. And that's how erosion works, not with loud criticism or obvious cruelty, but with small, steady cracks in your confidence, in your belief in yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Yet how many of us allow someone else to poison those thoughts, to plant seeds of hesitation where certainty once grew? If someone in your life makes you doubt your own joy, your own success, your own vision for the future. That is not love. That is control. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow shift, a gradual loss. And then one day you wake up and realize you're exhausted, anxious, small. You've lost your confidence, your drive, your sense of self. And that's when you know. Real peace should fortify you, not weaken you. The people in your life should fuel your spirit, not drain it. If their presence makes your soul feel heavy, they are not meant to stay. If you've been nodding along, if this feels too familiar, then you already know the truth. It's time to reclaim your peace. Set boundaries, protect your energy, choose people who uplift, not undermine, and most of all, trust yourself. You don't owe anyone access to your mind, your emotions, your peace. If someone is slowly eroding your spirit, step back before it's too late, because the people meant for you will never make you feel smaller. They will celebrate your victories. They will believe in your dreams, they will respect your peace, and those who don't, they were never meant to walk this path with you. Now tell me, have you ever experienced this erosion before? Drop your story in the comments. Someone out there needs to hear it. 2, they drain you emotionally like a vampire. I had a friend once, someone I cared about deeply. No matter what time of day, no matter what I was doing, the moment their name popped up on my phone, I knew what was coming. A crisis, a complaint, a new disaster that had somehow landed in their lap. They needed advice, they needed validation, they needed someone to absorb their pain. And every single time, I showed up. I listened. I carried their burdens like they were my own. But here's the thing. When I needed them, when life knocked me down, when I was the one drowning, they were nowhere to be found. Calls went unanswered, texts left on reading. The same person who expected me to carry their world couldn't lift a single ounce of mine. And yet I stayed. I told myself this time would be different, that maybe if I gave just a little more, they'd finally see my worth. They never did. And that's how emotional vampires work. They don't take everything all at once. No, they drain you slowly, drop by drop, until one day you wake up and realize you have nothing left to give. Maybe for you it's not a friend. Maybe it's a family member, the kind who only calls when they need something. You pick up and within seconds you know. They're not checking in to see how you are. They're not here to offer support or love. They need money. They need help. They need you. And because you're a good person, you say yes. Again, and again, and again. And every single time you tell yourself, this time they'll appreciate it, this time they'll be there for me too. But they won't. Because people like this don't see you as a person. They see you as a resource, a well to be tapped, a human ATM for their emotions, their problems, their needs, and as long as you keep giving, they'll keep taking. A Stoic knows that energy, like time, is a currency. And just as we wouldn't hand over our last dollar to someone who never repays their debts, we must protect our emotional reserves. Seneca warned, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Yet emotional vampires make sure you suffer in both. They fill your mind with their chaos, their drama, their negativity, so much so that even when they're not around, their weight still lingers. The worst part, it's not just what they take, it's what they leave behind. Exhaustion, doubt, the sinking realization that you are always there for them, but they will never be there for you. But let's be clear, this isn't about cutting off people who are struggling. Everyone goes through hard times. Everyone needs support. No, this is about those who take without limit, without gratitude, without ever considering how their actions affect you. The ones who expect everything but give nothing. So what do? How do you break free? First, recognize the pattern. If someone only calls when they need something, but disappears when you need them, that is not love. That is exploitation. Second, stop justifying their behavior. The years you've known them, the history do you share, none of it matters if every interaction leaves you feeling drained. Third, set boundaries and mean them. Stop apologizing for protecting your energy. Stop explaining yourself to people who have never once considered your well-being. If someone treats your kindness like an expectation rather than a gift, start saying no. Because the truth is, real relationships don't leave you feeling empty. The right people will pour into you just as much as you pour into them. They will lift you up, not weigh you down. They will fill your cup, not drain it dry. 3, they are masters of deception. Marcus Aurelius once said, The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the deceived. Because deception isn't always loud, it isn't always obvious. The most dangerous people don't just lie carelessly, they craft lies with precision. They don't slip up, they strategize, they design their deception to control you, to manipulate your decisions, to pull you into a world where truth is whatever they need it to be. And by the time you realize the illusion, you've already lost too much. I once trusted a business partner like that. He made big promises, painted a vision so grand, so convincing that it felt foolish not to believe. He spoke of success, of shared wins, of a future we were building together. And I invested, not just money, but time, effort, trust. I stood by him, defended him, believed in him. But when the moment of truth came, when it was time to deliver, he was gone. The deals he spoke of, fake. The numbers he bragged about, fabricated. The empire we were supposedly building, nothing but words. And just like that, I was left picking up the pieces. The cost wasn't just financial, it was mental. The exhaustion of replaying every conversation, every decision, trying to figure out how I hadn't seen it sooner. That's how deception works. It doesn't just take your money, it takes your confidence. It makes you question your own judgment. It leaves you wondering whether the problem was them or you. But let's be clear, deception doesn't only exist in business. It exists in relationships, friendships, in family ties that are supposed to be unbreakable. Imagine this. You fall in love with someone who seems perfect. They say all the right things. They understand you in ways no one else does. They mirror your dreams, your fears, your desires. You feel safe. You feel seen. But then slowly things shift. They start using your weaknesses against you. The affection that once felt unconditional now feels earned. One wrong move and it's gone. And just when you begin to notice the cracks, they pull you back in. A grand gesture. An apology so heartfelt you convince yourself that maybe, just maybe, you were overthinking. That you were too harsh. That they really do love you. But the cycle repeats, because manipulators don't want to change. They want you to doubt yourself. A Stoic knows that truth is not in words, it is in actions. Seneca wrote, "A liar's punishment is not in the least that he is not believed, but that he cannot believe anyone else." And that is the reality of those who deceive. They themselves live in a world of lies. But you don't have to stay in it with them. So how do you protect yourself? How do you spot deception before it costs you everything? First, watch their actions, not their words. Anyone can make promises. Anyone can sell you a vision. But when the moment comes to deliver, do they disappear? Do the excuses begin? Second, trust discomfort. If something feels off, if your gut keeps whispering that something isn't right, listen. A Stoic does not dismiss their instincts. Your emotions might waver, but the truth is always steady. Third, set boundaries that expose the truth. Give people opportunities to prove themselves, not just once, but consistently. A deceiver cannot maintain their illusion when faced with reality. If someone is all talk and no action, cut them off before the damage is irreversible. Because here's the truth, deception only works when you give someone the benefit of the doubt at the cost of your own well-being. The right people in your life won't sell you dreams, they'll build them with you. They won't manipulate you into staying. They'll earn your trust through action. And those who can't, they were never meant to walk beside you. Recognize deception before it consumes you. Walk away before it steals another piece of your life. 4. They secretly want you to fail. Not everyone claps when you win. Not everyone wants to see you rise. Some people thrive in the shadows, waiting for the moment you slip, not to help, but to celebrate. They pretend to be your supporters, your friends, your allies. They smile when you share the good news. They nod when you talk about your goals. But deep inside, they resent your success. Every step forward you take reminds them of how stuck they feel. Every victory of yours shines a light on their failures. And instead of working on themselves, they work against you. It happens in the workplace. A coworker who acts like they have your back, but behind closed doors, they plant doubt in the minds of those above you. They subtly discredit your work, take credit for your ideas, or whisper just enough negativity to make people second-guess your worth. They frame it as a concern, saying things like, "I mean, they're good, but I don't know if they're really leadership material." They did well on that project, but honestly, I had to step in and fix a lot. I just worry they might not be ready for something bigger. And before you know it, you're overlooked, passed up, wondering why opportunities keep slipping through your fingers while they keep moving ahead. It happens in friendships too. You think you have a solid bond, someone who will be in your corner no matter what. But then you start to grow, mentally, emotionally, financially, and suddenly the energy shifts. The support turns cold. The conversations become strained. The subtle jabs begin. Oh, you think you're better than us now? Must be nice to have things work out so easily for you. Don't forget where you came from. And deep down you realize they don't actually want you to succeed. They were comfortable when you were struggling, when you were on the same level, when your presence didn't make them question their own potential. But now you're a mirror they don't want to look into. The hardest part is that these people don't always look like enemies. They look like friends, family, mentors, people you trusted. And that's what makes their betrayal cut the deepest. A Stoic understands that external validation is meaningless, and that true success is not measured by applause, but by the quiet discipline of becoming better every day. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When someone is properly grounded in life, they shouldn't have to look outside themselves for approval." And that is what these people fear the most: your independence, your ability to grow without needing their permission, your strength to stand tall without shrinking to make them comfortable. So what do? First, pay attention. Not to their words, but to their patterns. A true supporter will celebrate your success as if it were their own. A secret enemy will find a way to downplay it, diminish it, or dismiss it entirely. Second, stop looking for validation where it doesn't exist. You do not need permission to be great. You do not need approval to move forward. The right people will align with your growth. The wrong ones will resist it. Third, distance yourself. The longer you keep people around who secretly root for your failure, the more they will find ways to sabotage you. Set boundaries. Protect your energy. And if someone's presence makes you second-guess your own progress, walk away. Because success should never come at the cost of your peace. Growth should never require you to make yourself smaller. And those who cannot handle your elevation, they were never meant to rise with you. Recognize them now, before they hold you back any longer. 5. They lack empathy and see you as a tool. Some people don't see you as a person. They see you as a function, a resource, a tool. You exist, not as someone to be valued, but as someone to be used, until you no longer serve their purpose. And when that day comes, they will discard you without hesitation, without regret, without even a second thought. You can give your best effort. Show up early, stay late, deliver results beyond expectations. It won't matter, because to them, you are replaceable. Years ago, I worked for a man like that. For years, I put in the work. I handled everything thrown my way. I was reliable, dedicated, and willing to go the extra mile. And for a while, I thought that meant something. I thought that loyalty was a two-way street. It wasn't. The day came when my usefulness ran out, when I was no longer convenient. No warning, no gratitude. Just a cold conversation and the reality that I had been nothing more than a tool to be used and discarded. And that's when I learned one of the hardest lessons in life. Some people do not value the effort. They value utility. If you are useful, they will keep you close. If you are no longer useful, they will replace you. And this doesn't just happen in business. It happens in relationships. It happens in friendships. It happens in families. Think about the partner who only shows affection when they need something. The one who is sweet, loving, and attentive right up until the moment you need them. Then suddenly, they're distant. Suddenly, they're too busy. Suddenly, all those words of love seem hollow. But the moment they want something, they're back. Apologetic, affectionate, making promises, acting as if nothing ever changed. And maybe you convince yourself that they do care. Maybe you were just overthinking it. But deep inside, you know. Because the pattern always repeats. A Stoic understands that true relationships are built on mutual respect, not convenience. Seneca wrote, "We should not consider anyone a friend who is only a friend when it is convenient." So what do? First, recognize the signs. If someone's behavior shifts depending on what they need, they are not in your life for you. They are in your life for themselves. Second, test the relationship. Stop giving so much. Stop being the one who always shows up, who always bends, who always makes the effort. See what happens. If they disappear, if they lose interest, if they resent you for setting boundaries, then you have your answer. Third, walk away with your dignity intact. Do not beg for attention. Do not chase people who only see you as a means to an end. True connections are not built on transactions. They are built on respect, trust, and mutual care. Because at the end of the day, you deserve people who are there for you, not because they need something, but because they value you. And those who can't, let them go. Let them lose access to you. Let them realize too late that they took you for granted. Because the people who truly matter will never see you as replaceable. They will choose you, not because you're useful, but because you're irreplaceable. 6. They speak death over your dreams. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." But what happens when the people around you fill those thoughts with doubt, with fear, with limitations? What happens when the voices closest to you become the very thing that holds you back? Not everyone will celebrate your ambition. Not everyone will clap for your success. Some people will listen to your dreams not with excitement, but with discomfort. Not because your dreams are impossible, but because your growth reminds them of their stagnation. At first, they may seem supportive, but pay attention. When you share your goals, do they encourage you, or do they immediately question you? Do they inspire, or do they discourage? Some people don't attack your dreams directly. They suffocate them slowly, subtly, and strategically. That sounds great, but isn't that a little unrealistic? I don't want to see you get hurt if it doesn't work out. Most people fail at that. What makes you think you'll be different? It sounds like concern. It sounds like wisdom. But beneath it, it's fear. Their own fear is projected onto you. And if you let them, they will kill your dreams before they even have a chance to live. It's not just strangers who do this. Sometimes it's the people you least expect. Family members who tell you to be realistic. Friends who suddenly become distant when you start succeeding. Coworkers who laugh when you aim higher than they ever dared to. And then there's the worst kind. The ones who act like they're on your side, but deep down, they are hoping for your failure. They won't say it outright, but you'll feel it. Every time you take a step forward, they find a way to pull you 2 steps back. They downplay your wins. They remind you of your past failures. They question your ability, your resources, your timing, anything to make you hesitate, to make you doubt yourself. A Stoic understands that the world is filled with noise, but only the voices we choose to believe can shape our destiny. Seneca wrote, "Associate only with those who improve you, because the people you allow into your mind will either fuel your fire or extinguish it." So how do you protect yourself? First, watch how people react to your growth. Real supporters will push you forward. The wrong people will pull you back, even if they disguise it as love. Second, guard your dreams. Not every vision needs to be shared. Some things should be built in silence, away from the voices of doubt. Third, align yourself with people who think bigger, who dream boldly, and who don't feel threatened by ambition. If someone's energy constantly makes you second-guess yourself, ask why they are still in your circle. Because here's the truth. Those who try to limit you are already limited themselves. Their words are not about you. They are about their own fears, their own insecurities, and their own regrets. But you are not here to live within their limitations. You are here to build, to grow, to push beyond what even you once thought was possible. And the people who belong in your life, they will never speak death over your dreams. They will challenge you, support you, and remind you that greatness was never meant to be comfortable. Because real friends, real partners, real mentors, they don't shrink your vision, they expand it. 7. They pull you away from your purpose. You decide to make a change, to be disciplined, to focus. Maybe it's getting in shape, maybe it's working on your business, maybe it's finally cutting out the distractions that have been slowing you down. You're committed, you're ready, and then they show up. They say things like, "Come on, just one night out, you're always so serious." Or, "You really think this is going to work? You've tried before." Or worse, "Why are you making life so hard for yourself? Just relax, have fun." They aren't trying to destroy you. Not directly, but they don't want you to rise. Because if you do, it forces them to look at themselves. It's the friend who always convinces you to skip the gym, grab another drink, and waste another day. It's the group that laughs when you talk about self-improvement. The people who feel threatened by your growth, not because they hate you, but because they don't want to be left behind. And if you let them, they will keep you exactly where you are. But sometimes it's deeper than that. Sometimes it's not just bad influences, it's a relationship that slowly strips away who you are. At first, you give a little, you compromise, because that's what relationships require. But over time, those compromises add up. The things that once made you, your ambitions, your goals, your vision for your life, get buried beneath the weight of keeping them happy. And one day, you wake up and realize you don't recognize yourself anymore. A Stoic knows that the greatest danger is not losing a battle, it is losing yourself. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Because sometimes that's the cost of staying on your path. You will be misunderstood, you will be judged, you will lose people. But what's worse, losing them or losing your purpose. So how do you protect yourself? First, be brutally honest about who adds value to your life and who doesn't. If someone consistently pulls you away from your purpose, they are not your ally. Second, set boundaries and enforce them. If they mock your discipline, if they tempt you back into old habits, if they drain your energy instead of fueling your fire, walk away. Third, remind yourself daily why you started. Write it down. Keep it visible. And when the distractions come, when the temptations whisper, when the wrong people try to keep you small, stand firm. Because the worst demons in your life are not the ones who openly fight against you. They are the ones who quietly steal your focus. And if you don't recognize them in time, they will take everything from you. Life is too short to carry the weight of those who drain your energy, who break your peace, who pull you away from your purpose. A Stoic understands that true strength comes not from fighting battles that don't matter, but from learning when to walk away. You are not here to be used. You are not here to be manipulated. You are not here to shrink so that others feel comfortable. You are here to grow, to build, to elevate. And the people in your life should reflect that. Pay attention. Notice who celebrates your wins and who downplays them. Notice who fuels your fire and who slowly extinguishes it. Notice who is there only when they need something, and who remains even when you have nothing to give. The world will always be filled with deception, with distraction, with those who would rather see you fail than watch you rise. But their power over you only exists if you let them stay. Your peace is sacred, your energy is valuable, and your path, your purpose, was never meant to be sacrificed for people who don't deserve to walk it with you. Now, ask yourself, who in your life truly adds value, and who has been quietly stealing from you all along? Share your story in the comments. Someone out there needs to hear it.